Japanese.
Very cool.
Yes, very
The
nice.
future of our world right there.
Yes.
How you doing, MJ? You're on TV.
So not impressed.
Yeah.
So it is pronounced Dravet.
Dravet.
Dravet syndrome.
Yes.
Now, though, there's another young fella in our community named Liam.
Yes, Liam.
Who is
McKnight.
Okay.
Yes.
And now, obviously, this is something that people are learning more and more about as the days go on. And it has to do with seizures, but a whole lot more. Maybe you can tell us a bit about it.
So Dravet syndrome, it's more than just epilepsy because it affects the child in all aspects of their life. Children with Dravet syndrome, they have prolonged seizures, number one. They're on lots of medication, so it starts to affect their speech, the ability to walk properly. They have balance issues, sleep issues because the medication is affecting the brain.
Right.
So sometimes they become very hyper. And they could also be on the autism spectrum as well. So it's all aspects of
So
their
at
life.
what age does this sort of come about where you start noticing that there's something wrong?
So the first, it's usually within the first year of life. So
Okay.
Mirai, he had his first seizure at 2 months.
Wow.
And at that time, we had no clue what we were dealing with. But we were at CHIO on a regular basis. It was almost every other week. We call in the ambulance because he's had a prolonged seizures. And his first seizure was 20 minutes long. And then from there, it's just been nonstop. And he wasn't officially diagnosed till he was 1 year and 10 months. So now Mirai is almost 7, and now they're able to diagnose much faster, which is such a good thing because when Mirai was first born, we had to wait 1 year and 10 months where we did not know what we were dealing with.
And when you did hear Dravet syndrome, you probably said, what?
Well, the funny thing is the doctors didn't know what we were dealing with. So I was doing the research. I was online trying to figure out what was wrong with my
Yes.
son. And when I first read about Dravet syndrome, I was so scared because I'm like, I don't want my son to have this. It's so, you're reading the information, and of course this is online, so you're like, oh, I don't know if I should trust
Yes,
it, but
yes.
you're reading it and it's really scary. So I was like, please don't let him have this. And my worst fears were confirmed when we actually got the final diagnosis that this is what he had.
Okay, so 6 years later then, I mean, what has changed? Because obviously you're saying they knew little about it at that point. 6 years down the road, has the awareness increased? Has the treatments improved?
I would say definitely the awareness is increased, but unfortunately in Canada we don't have a lot of cases of Dravet syndrome. From what I understand, we have only 97 confirmed cases in Canada, so it's very, very rare. But what is happening is with research. So medication-wise, there's more. I wouldn't say there's more, but there's some medications that we know for sure are able to help our children. And as you know, in regards to Liam and some others, they're trying the marijuana oil, which has been successful. But definitely more research is being done, not only, especially in the States and in Europe, because the doctor that first diagnosed Dravet syndrome is from France. So there is a lot of research that is being done there. And one of the medications that have been very successful for children with Dravet syndrome, which is Stiripentol, originated from a company in France, I believe.
Okay, and obviously there's some costs
Oh, yes.
to taking care of this young fellow.
Yes. So in regards to Mirai's case, from what I understand too, Mirai's case is actually one of the more severe ones in Canada because most kids with Dravet syndrome are able to walk, they're able to talk, and they will need some therapy, speech therapy or what have you. But with Mirai, he had a prolonged seizure and he lost all his abilities. So he was walking, he was talking, and one day he had a seizure, the next day everything is gone and he's fighting for his life. And unfortunately for us, OHIP does not feel, the therapies that we're doing are intensive in the sense that he goes for 3 hours or 4 hours of therapy. And OHIP does not feel like these therapies are federally approved, I guess. So they're considered as alternative therapies. So we have to pay out of pocket.
Okay.
So
Hence the event.
Yeah.
hence the event, yes, the big
So we need to
event.
talk about this event. We got 60 seconds because we want to make sure that people attend so you can get some funds to help them out. So tell us where it is, and it's this Sunday, right?
So it's at Salsa San Marco on 215 Preston Street. We're going to have food. We have a great magician coming in from Toronto. His name is Kobe. He's going to do a magic show, which will be fun for kids, and also a mentalist show, which will be great for the adults as well. We have great prizes for silent auctions. We have
Tickets? Where do people get
tickets.
tickets?
You can buy tickets on Eventbrite. So www.eventbrite, abracadabra.
Okay, abracadabra.
Abracadabra. That's the
Super
name of the show. Abracadabra.
And it's going from about 2 to 5 on Sunday.
Yes.
Sala San Marco.
Yes.
And you say it's 55 to get in, 25 for kids.
Eight and above. Yeah.
Okay, I get you. Awesome. So, does he feel like a star? He looks like a star.
He's a superstar. He's
Superstar.
always,
I get that a lot. Well, thank you so much for obviously for the beautiful care you're giving your son, and because you're bringing such awareness to this cause as well. So you should be commended for
And
that.
good luck
Thank
with
you.
the event.
Thank
Yep.
you so much.
Lillian and
Important
MJ,
stuff.
thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
I thought he was going to yawn again.